Hello everybody, my name is Alex Shrednoslak and I'm a film critic at FilmBook. Today, I'll be reviewing the 2020 superhero film Wonder Woman 1984. Wonder Woman 1984 was written and directed by Patty Jenkins, co-written by Jeff Johns and Dave Callahan, and stars Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Pedro Pascal, and Kristen Wiig. Gal Gadot returns as Diane Prince, aka Wonder Woman. Diane meets oil tycoon Max Lord after discovering a magic stone that grants wishes. Max gets a hold of the stone and begins using it to grow his failing business. Diane must stop Max once he begins taking those wishes too far. This is going to be a quick review because I honestly don't have that much to say. First off, I just wanted to mention that I watched this movie at home because it's available on both HBO Max and theaters. This movie is the first of an experiment that could shape how we view movies in the future. I have to say, I felt this was awfully strange that I didn't watch this movie in a theater. I don't watch too many superhero movies at home, so it was a surreal experience to say the least. But how was the movie? Well, it has sequel syndrome. The first Wonder Woman movie was pretty decent and it gave Gal Gadot the chance to really dive into this character. I felt she brought a mature presence to the role and made it completely her own. There were parts of the movie that were a little hit or miss, but overall I thought it was a really fun watch. This movie does the complete opposite of that. The film opens with a flashback scene that doesn't really add anything to the story. They really nail in this theme about honesty and truth, and they don't really use it beyond that first scene. I felt like this first scene would have made more sense in the first Wonder Woman movie. Like, it feels like it would have been a really great character introduction. Needless to say, I felt it was a little misplaced in this movie. My biggest issue with this movie is that it has a lot of plot holes and inconsistencies right from the beginning. And I'm not even talking about that first scene. I understand that sometimes my expectations of movies of this scale is usually a little too high. Like, I know some people could probably be like, come on, Shreddy, just shut your brain off and have some fun for once. But I watched this with my girlfriend, who I'm going to note is usually just along for the ride, and she was pointing out more flaws of the movie than I was. So the problems with the story just stick out like a sore thumb. And to be quite honest, at some point, I just kind of started to accept the flaws of the movie. There was so much jumbled nonsense going on that I just kind of stopped caring. To kind of give you an example of what I mean with the inconsistencies, the first 20 minutes or so of this movie kind of starts off like an 80s movie. It's kind of really campy and silly. And then after that 20 minutes, it kind of just turns into a superhero movie again. They were kind of just like, oh, don't need this anymore. My last big gripe with the movie is the CGI. Again, I had to really think about if I needed to try to separate myself and my filmmaking knowledge and if I was just being too harsh. But again, this was another thing that my girlfriend pointed out to me as well. A lot of people are talking about kind of the last 30 minutes of how the CGI just isn't really that great. I'm not going to beat that dead horse. One of the things that stuck out to me the most was the Amazonians and Wonder Woman. Like, it just looks really off anytime there's any sort of movement. You'll probably know what I'm talking about right away. I watched this movie in 4K too, so it sticks out even harder. As far as the positives, the cast is good. I mean, they're all very charming, but we kind of just come to expect that from these people. Like, there's definitely nothing that really stands out. It's unfortunate because I really like all of these actors. I still think this is a good watch for the younger crowd. There still isn't a ton of representation like this within the superhero genre, so I do think it's important for younger girls to have somebody in movies and TV to look up to like this. But honestly, that's all you're really going to get out of it. So I'm going to rate Wonder Woman 1984 a 6.5 out of 10. You might like this movie. It does have some cool moments and some cool action scenes. It's just really difficult for a superhero movie to impress me anymore. And that brings me to my conclusion of Wonder Woman 1984. I'd like to thank you all for watching. You can see more of my reviews on the FilmBook website. That's film-book.com. Just search for Alex Shrednoslak. You can see other reviews and videos I've done on my YouTube channel, link in the description. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so that way you're notified as soon as new reviews are published. If you agreed or disagreed with my review, definitely leave me a comment down in the comment section below. Please also consider becoming a member on our Patreon, link also in the description. Your support helps us create more engaging content. Thank you all again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.